guys, I know it's been a while, but I'm back at it with this Cuphead boss difficulty ranking. I will be ranking all the bosses from easiest to hardest, and yes, I will include the casino ones because I don't know, I gotta stretch out the video. I will in fact will not be including the DLC bosses because I don't have the DLC, and I want to keep the video completely honest, you know. So anyway, let's just get on to it. I'm not exactly ranking this by like any specific terms, just by like I don't know how difficult they are. So yeah, let's start. So at number 20 we have Prowl, the lady with the Russian style, and I don't know. There's really not much to say about them because it's just such an easy boss, especially if you have the smoke dash, because you don't even have to go through the work of parrying the checkers to get over her. And you can also use the smoke dash to easily avoid her. But whatever this attack is right now, she also has extremely small health, so yeah, this is the easiest boss in the game. Number 27 is Mangosteen. I know a lot of people would consider this to be the easiest boss, but personally, I'd say it's just slightly, just very slightly harder than the Russian lady, because it does have a bit more health, I feel, and you do kind of have to work slightly harder if you want to hit it, and it does have more attacks if you count the little bouncing things. Number 26 is Hopus Pocus. I don't know, this boss, he just his main attack that he uses is this skull attack, and once again, if you have the smoke dash, this is extremely easy to avoid. You don't even have to think about it, and he also doesn't have much health either. I guess he does have his little parry attack, but if you know how to parry, then it's very easy. It's harder when he does it from above, but yeah. Number 25 is Chip's Bettigan, and the only reason that I'm putting this one higher than the other ones is because I just think it's a little slightly harder with the way he moves his body, because sometimes it can kind of trip you up, and also when he's moving his body around, his head does go a little high up in the air, so it's harder to hit. You can see me turning to the chaser, even though I probably don't need to. And yeah, it kind of gets me there, as you just saw. Maybe he doesn't actually deserve to be higher, whatever. Number 24 is Mr. Wheezy. I fought this guy like 10 million times, but I mean, there are some hard things about him, such as the pattern of his fireballs, even though it's pretty predictable. And sometimes, to be honest, I dash over to the other platform too fast while he's switching platforms, and I get hit by his falling ashes. But he's still not that hard anyway. The smoke dash makes it easier though to get through the flying cigarettes. Number 23 is Phear Lap. Phear Lap. There's really not too much to say about him. He throws out these little gift boxes and they explode into extremely easy to avoid projectiles. He really doesn't have that much health, like, at all, but the hardest part about it is little horsemen at the bottom. Every once in a while, one of them is a ghost riding them. You need to pay attention because they'll jump up and try to hit you, but if you just glance down every once in a while, you'll know when they're coming, so you won't get hit. Number 22 is the Tipsy Troop. The attacks of the bottle and the shot glass can be a little hard to avoid in my opinion, because they can be hard to predict when they actually attack. But I mean, they don't have that much health, so they'll each individually die pretty quickly. The wine glass just shoots out these stupid olives that are really easy to avoid. They don't have that much health, but due to the unpredictability of the attacks of the shot glass, I say it's a bit harder than the others. Number 21 is Goopy Le Grande. This boss is just really easy because he hardly has any attacks. The only reason he's really above the casino bosses is because, well, he actually has 3 phases. In the first phase, he has a very easy to avoid jumping pattern, and you just have to occasionally duck. The last phase, he doesn't slam down quick enough for you to really get hit. Number 20 is actually, I don't even know what this person is called, but anyway, I know it would seem a bit ridiculous to put this, like, above actual bosses, but like, if we're just thinking of it, we're just thinking of, like, a perspective of, like, how swiftly I can defeat it. Dude, I freaking hate this boss to play in the casino. I always somehow end up getting hit, and it has a decent amount of health too, I guess. 19 is the root pack. I don't really know what to say, it's the root pack. I put it above Goopy Le Grande because overall the attacks are slightly more diverse, but still obviously they have like very little health each, so it's a really quick battle because it's the root pack. The attacks are very easy to avoid, and of course the most difficult one is the carrot, but 18 is Cagney Carnation. I see a few people put this one up much more high, but personally I just don't find it that difficult. He's only got 2 phases, and I say that the attacks are very easy to avoid. Sometimes they can like pile up and overwhelm you, but if you just don't let them, then it's quite simple. And the second phase has very little health too. So for me, it's just a really quick fight, and this is one of the only ones that I like first tried. So yeah. 18 is the German rat. I don't know, this boss just isn't that hard because I feel like each phase just doesn't last that long. The second phase definitely is the hardest because you can really easily get caught up in a bad spot, but it's also the shortest, so And the first phase also gives you a ton of parries, so you can just like stack on a bunch of damage. It's just a short and simple fight for me. It's a different story on expert though. 17 is Sally Stageplay. I'd say this fight is on the easier side because in most of the phases there's just not that much going on. There's not that much to worry about at once. Except for the second one though. That one is the only one that I actually struggle with at all. But for most of them, there's just not that much going on, so yeah. I don't know what to say next. I don't know what to say next. 15 is Ribby and Croaks. The first 2 phases are really simple because I don't know, it's really easy to get a hold of like the 3 different attacks that they do. Although the last phase is obviously harder because there's much more attacks. And I mean it's pretty easy to get the hang of them, but they can trip you up and the coins can sometimes catch you off guard. Mostly though, it's still not that hard. Although it's next to impossible to parry those flying fist thingies. 14 is Hildaberg. For me, the main difficulty of this boss just comes from the first phase, because I feel like she has some pretty bulky health, and dude, when she like turns into her like constellation creature thingies, I always end up getting hit. I always end up getting hit by at least one of them, right? But once you get to the second phase, dude, for me, it's really not that hard because she doesn't really have as much health. So in general, it's not that hard. 13 is Baroness Bon. When I first played this boss and I was trying to beat it, I found it like super hard. But when I replayed it so I could get an A rank on it, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still not the easiest boss ever. But dude, it was so easy. All I can say is just use the coffee charm, because in the first phase, you can just use your EXP cards to like really quickly kill all her little mini bosses. And then for the second phase, you should have enough health to eventually kill her. 12 is Mr. Chimes, and more like Mr. Damn Annoying. Dude, it's freaking ridiculous how this boss, I don't like him. Like, a lot. He's the hardest boss in the casino, dude. He just has so much health. I don't know if he just like either has so much health, maybe he just has an average amount, but like it takes longer because you have to like do the stupid memory game. But just 11 is Captain Briny Beard. God. The hardest part of this boss would be the second phase. If it weren't for the amount of health that the first phase has. It might just be because I was using the chaser, and the only reason why I was using the chaser is because, like, dude, he's like way too high up, man. I don't feel like jumping like, around so much. And the barrel to hit me and all this stupid attacks. But, like, yeah, there's not that much for me to say on this guy. He's just whatever. Number 10 is the Dijimmi. Each phase is pretty easy because I don't know, I've just gotten so used to the attack pattern. Although he is on the harder side because he does have an entire 4 phases. The more phases, the more opportunity there is to lose health and die. I've gotten so used to the fight though that it's mostly fine for me. Number 9 is Wally Warbles. The first phase is pretty simple. The little like feather bullet hell can be kind of annoying, but it doesn't last that long. Definitely not like Dr. Kahl. The main problem is with the second phase, it usually wipes out at least like 1 or 2 hearts, and that paired with the last phase being kind of, I don't know. Look, it's not 100% success right here. A is Grim Matchstick. Now look, the first 2 phases, a walk in the park, man. But the last phase is my worst nightmare. Fireballs that explode when you hit them with your gun. Like what, dude, what? They're bound to hit you. They explode so fast. Like, what are you supposed to do? It's absolute baloney. It's beatable, but like, no. 7 is Rumor Honeybottoms. This fight isn't really quite as annoying as people always say it is, but it still kinda is, to be honest. For the first phase, I used Hildaberg to just, quickly take him out. Paired with the coffee, easy EXPs, he's gone in seconds. Second wave, I used a combination of the Chaser and the Lobber. Last phase, used the Chaser, because want to stay up top to avoid the stupid things, and it's dunzos, but it's just about not losing health through all of it. Number 6 is King Dice. Man, number 6 is King Dice. Okay, looking back on it, I mean, come on, he can't be number 6, but at the same time, dude, I don't know if I'm just like the worst at parrying, but I always die on him. One time I went in there with 5 hearts, just on expert mode, but 5 hearts, and I freaking died. I was right at the end too, man. I hate this guy so much, but he's more so tedious than anything. 5 is Cala Maria. Now look, just because they're up here doesn't mean they're that hard. It just means that in this rank they're on the harder side, okay? I promise you I'm super good at Cuphead. This person, I mean, like, they were pretty hard at first, but I definitely got better at them. It's just that last phase, especially on expert, it's so annoying, dude. But you can get through it, and I know I can. 4 is Phantom Express. Now I know you were all thinking, just remember what I just said in the last one, okay? Remember what I just said. Okay, now let me tell you this. This fight's ridiculous, dude. This fight's ridiculous. It's the 3rd phase that always freaking messes me up. Because of those goddamn little ghost thingies that freaking move around your cart, and those lollipop things kill you. But if you get past that, dude, it's super easy. Even though it's all the way up here. 3 is Beppi the Clown. Okay, forget what I said about the whole, just because it's different, it doesn't mean it's actually that difficult. No, this one is actually, dude, this one is so difficult. It took me so long to beat this. It took me longer than Dr. Kahl, probably. The 3rd phase, even if you go into it with all 3 health, it will like wipe it out in seconds. And the last phase is ridiculous if you don't have your invincibility. Just those gosh darn penguins, dude. 2 is, what's his name, Dr. Kahl. Yeah, so you know what I said in the Cala Maria fight? We'll just apply that to here, because this guy, dude, trust me, he is hard, but like, there's a total strategy to him, and once you know it, he's not hard. He's difficult by nature, but also easy if you just, get to know him a little bit. He's not that hard, but he's up here because everyone else says he's hard. Alright, so at long last, number 1 is the devil. I don't really know what to say. I generally just find him more difficult than Dr. Kahl, and that might not be a super popular opinion, but I just think he is. It takes me longer to beat him. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. I have to get good RNG on the first phase. The second phase is a doozy. Just whatever, call it a day. This is the hardest boss in the game, in my opinion. Oh hey everybody, oh my god, I can't believe that you made it to the end of the video. Yeah, I've literally never said that phrase before. Should I just like start saying it? I don't know, but anyway, yeah, I know I've been gone for a while, but I kinda wanna start making videos again. Are they gonna be Cuphead? Who knows, they're gonna be whatever I want, but I hope you enjoy this. And I know it's pretty random, but that's like the point, cause Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.